Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we are taking on the International B license in Gran Turismo 7. So if you're new to the channel, who am I? So I basically do a lot of sim racing content, Gran Turismo, iRacing, a few other games out there, and also do real world content on my GR Yaris. So I've been a long time Gran Turismo fan, and this is specifically for controller users. So yes, I know we've got steering wheel in front of us, but we're not going to be using that because that does make some of the license tests a little bit easier. We're using DualSense here on the PS5. Works on your DualShock and your PS4 as well. So I'm going to be talking you through some of the licenses, how to get gold, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. But let's get to it with the first test. So International B1, IB1, we've got Eagle Fraga and we're in the Corvette. So this is going to be tricky because it is a bit slippy. So the key to this car is hard tyres and a lot of power to the rear wheels. So accelerate. I'm going to brake just before this dirt patch on the right. Brakes, roll it in and just accelerate. Once you feel the rear of the car slipping, just back off the accelerator. And once you see the exit like that on the power, hold fourth the whole time. And that's gold. So we're here in IB2, first time at Daytona. We've got to take the infamous bus stop in the F430. So remember, F430 is a mid-engine car, so we've got to be careful weight transfer. So we're looking for the little overhanging sign on the right hand side. Just there with brake, down one gear, get all over this curb on the left and the right. Just take it nice and sensible, and then on the power once we can see the exit, line the least resistance, and that's gold. So IB3, we're here at Fuji in a rear wheel drive Lexus, so this is going to be very tail happy. So Lexus RCF, a very good looking car, powerful rear wheel drive, accelerate up to fourth, stay to the right as much as possible. I'm going to brake when we get into those rubber markings on the white line, down one gear, turn it in and then power out. Now here we're just going to let the car float in, so we've got understeer, we'll just let the car settle, no power, and then as it starts turning more and more, get on the power more and more, and then we're going to brake just before the 50, keep it in third, just to kind of float it through. Ooh, a little bit too much slidey wheel spin there, but we're still going. Right, line of least resistance all the way to the end, and that's gold. Now we're on to IB4, the infamous R34 Skyline around Tokyo. So this is a beautiful R34 Skyline here at Tokyo. And this test is all about threading between the walls. So we're going to go up to fourth, and then we're going to use all the road here and turn in just before the bridge. Use hash markings, they are road, up to fifth, and try and stay in the middle of the track. We're going to have a slight confidence lift just to get the weight over the nose, and then we're going to brake just before the 100 board. Down one gear, off the brakes, back on the power, line of least resistance, and now aim for the finish line. Just going to slowly bring it over, go as shortest distance as possible, and that's gold. So we're on to IB5 now, and we're back to a bit of dirt driving, but this time in an Evo 5. Okay, Evo 5 on dirt. So, got a couple of jumps coming up here. So you want to get up to 4th and keep nice and straight over them. Car does get a bit unsettled, and then up to 5th once you've completed bouncing around, and then trace a nice straight line through here, and we're looking for a little orange barrier on the left. Right, sorry. Down to 2nd. And here we almost want to try and cut the corners as much as possible. And up to 3rd on the exit. And that's gold. So now we're on IB6, and we've got a bit of wet weather driving in the BMW M3. So E30, this is going to be interesting. So rear wheel drive in the wet in an old car, ream wet. So this is going to require some finesse. So as soon as we start, up to 3rd, and then just drop it down to about 2/3 throttle, maybe half, accelerate then back 75 meters, brake. We're going to keep it in 3rd, come off the brakes, roll in. Car starts to slide a little bit, and then accelerate towards the next corner. We don't want to go on the curb, and brake just as the curb ends. Turn her in, and then just wait for the front to grip. There it goes, and the rear wants to overtake, and then accelerate out. Now if you feel the car start lighting up there, just back off to about half throttle, and try and aim for the middle here between those two puddles. And that's gold. So now we're on to IB7, and this is the first time we've driven an electric car in GT7, and we've got a Taycan around the green hell that is Nürburgring. I always struggle with electric cars because they've got no gears, and I really find that gives you a sense of where you should be. Right, accelerate, this thing is fast for the graffiti, keep it nice and low in the baby carousel, and as it pops out, back on the power, and we're going to brake just before this line of graffiti up here. So brake, hard, keep it close, get on the power, but we want to try and stay close to the inside here, so don't go too crazy with the power. And then once we can kind of see the exit, on the power, full power, all the way to the line, and that is gold. So we're on to IB8 now, and we're in C63 AMG at Dragon Trail. This corner reminds me a lot of Turkey Turn 8, so it's going to be tricky. So a rear wheel drive powerful Mercedes and a long corner, so this is going to be about patience. So accelerate down and then brake as the tarmac becomes darker. Down one gear. Just want to keep a nice even throttle all the way around. As you get through that last apex there, last but one apex, go up to 4th gear, and then we can get on the power as soon as we get around the final apex fully. And that's gold. Now we're here in IB9 and we've actually driven the Batmobile. So we're in the infamous Batmobile. So let's accelerate up this hill. We're going to spot our braking zone at the 50 meter. And just here, brake hard, down to 2nd. Going to let the car float in, stay as much to the right as possible. It's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Accelerate down, up to 3rd. Hit that curb, but don't try and get over it because it will unsettle the car quite a bit. Cross the line, and that's gold. So we now have the final test of International B, IB10, and this is at R32 Skyline around Trial Mountain, so this should be good fun. That's a beautiful colour of Nissan GTR. So we're going to accelerate hard out of the corner and then brake as we hit the border of that shadow. Keep the car nice and low, use the camber of this section of track here and accelerate out, and then we're going to use a rock on the left hand side as our braking marker. Just brake just before it. Get the car slowed down, use all that curb if necessary. Keep it in 3rd, accelerate. This corner is a little bit deceptive, need to brake more than you'd expect, just because we want to stay on the right hand side of the road really. Now braking about midway through the tunnel, keep the car down low if we can, keep it on this hatched area, make the corner as wide as possible, accelerate to the line, so all the way up to bring the RB up to 4th, and that's gold. That should be IB license done. So which car did we win? Toyota Supra GR4. It's a GT4 car. Nice. And for all golds, oh, gone up a collector level. And for all golds we got a Porsche Taycan, an electric car. So I hope you enjoyed this. We've done all the license of International B with the DualSense controller, so this is handy. I think it is harder on the controller than it is on the steering wheel, but I know that everybody's got a controller, but not everybody's got a steering wheel. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, because we'll be doing the rest of the licenses. Until then, goodbye.